Denver 7 On Demand is brought to you by Ferguson and BAC Appliance Center, the best in bath, kitchen, and lighting for your home.
Hello, I'm Lionel Bienvenu with the latest from Denver 7. You know, 97% of publishing scientists agree not only is climate change happening, humans are to blame. Now we just have to get 90% of the people to come to a consensus on how to clean this up. Denver 7's Russell Haythorne is going 360.
Storms get stronger and more destructive. Watch the water splash off the city. This is global warming.
From movie theaters,
we're not going to recognize it. We don't want to discuss it.
To politicians on both sides of the aisle.
The world is going to end in 12 years if we don't address climate change.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
Climate change consistently stirs heated, emotional debate. But while the vast majority of scientists agree it's happening, there is still a lot of controversy surrounding what to do about it. And it's that issue we're taking 360. Starting with Scott Denning at Colorado State University, one of the leading atmospheric scientists in the world.
The rate of heat loss from the Earth has been slowed down by the extra CO2. And so the Earth warms up. I mean, it's really amazingly simple. How much are we talking about? Not that much, to be frank.
Denning says the Earth has warmed only 2 degrees since the Industrial Revolution. But the problem is the skyrocketing number of countries moving toward industrialization, where populations are already in the billions and economies are starting to boom.
We expect the number of people like us, the rich people, the people that burn a lot of coal, to quadruple. China and then India and then Africa. And if they all start burning even half the coal, oil, and gas that we're burning, holy mackerel, that's a lot of CO2.
And that brings us to Greg Brophy, a Colorado farmer, former Republican senator, and leading conservative voice on global warming.
You'd be foolish to not think that human beings could have at least some impact on the climate, as many of us as there are.
The question for Brophy is, how do you stop it? Or at the very least, how do you slow down global warming? He sees the Green New Deal and the idea of eliminating all carbon emissions as a pipe dream.
And you want me to take you seriously? Why don't you start advocating for some things that will actually work, like building nuclear power plants, which have 0 carbon footprint.
Brophy also suggests more reservoirs for combating drought in Colorado and providing hydroelectric power.
That's actually the best and most effective battery storage for wind or solar that you can come up with. What's the best way to mitigate against a drought? More reservoirs.
There are other scientists out there as well. Catherine Hayhoe is not only the director of the Climate Center at Texas Tech, she's also an evangelist who brings climate change and faith together.
And in the atmosphere, we already have this amazing natural blanket that God has designed for our planet that keeps us almost 60 degrees warmer than we would be otherwise. We're overheating. That's what we're doing to our planet.
Denning says the solution is simple.
Somehow the world has to make room for raising the standard of living of billions and billions of people who are currently dirt poor without setting stuff on fire.
It just takes the political will to do it.
We didn't go broke putting in indoor plumbing. We didn't go broke with interstate highways or the internet or cell phones or PCs, and we're not going to go broke with this. It's totally doable.
Russell Haythorne, Denver 7.
All right, Russell, thanks. Now, several Denver city leaders believe employees deserve a raise, and they're including themselves in that conversation. By a vote of 8-3, City Council is pushing forward with pay hikes for the mayor and the council. Under the plan, the mayor's salary goes from $171,000 a year to $188,000 over a period of 4 years. Council members go from nearly $92,000 a year to $101,000. This still needs another vote and the mayor's signature for it to be a done deal. Speaking of getting a raise, Nolan Arenado got a raise, and his great-grandkids or anyone in the Arenado family won't be hurting for cash anytime soon. The Rockies' third baseman agreed to an 8-year, $260 million deal. It is the richest contract in Denver sports history. With millions of passengers passing through DIA every single month, some things are bound to get left behind. What might surprise you is where those items go after they've been abandoned. Denver 7's Jason Grunhauer has the story.
In 2018, 64 million people passed through Denver's airport.
With so many people, obviously things get left, but we also see people throwing away strange and often usable items.
Not just neck pillows.
Luggage.
Actual baggage.
So this is abandoned luggage that people have decided they no longer need. And we see a lot of bags that are left near trash cans, completely empty, and people just don't have a use for them anymore.
Some are slightly broken, others like new, and they normally end up in a landfill. But they don't.
The rescue mission comes out every 2 weeks and picks up some of that abandoned luggage.
That bag can go?
It's great that these bags that, seemed like they'd reached the end of their lives can continue on and really help somebody out.
And we, in turn, give that to the community.
The bags are brought to the Rescue Mission's Outreach Center for distribution.
It's a big deal because obviously luggage is expensive. It serves a purpose of transporting and storing items that these people don't have a means to do.
Luggage is given to people at the Outreach Center, the Lawrence Street Community Center, or to people in transitional housing programs.
It's hundreds, and I think we'll hit 1,000 this year.
From taking off to giving back, from literally someone's trash to someone else's soon-to-be treasure.
This is certainly a need of the community that we've really partnered up with DIA, and we're thankful to have.
In Denver, I'm Jason Grenauer, Denver 7.
All right, this has been your Denver 7 On-Demand Update. Thanks for joining us. Check back here later for another update. And, of course, download that Denver 7 app so you get breaking news and alerts. I'm Lionel Bienvenu.